Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 2. The chapter which we are related with is accounts from incomplete records. Alternative name of this chapter is single entry system. Question is starting from this and just 4 lines and question is going to be ended. How is it possible for such a short question when we have a performer which includes several aspects: profit loss statement, statement of affairs opening, statement of affairs closing, and what we have is just 4 lines. So it's a quick review of performer. Please understand why do we make this opening statement? What is why we do make this statement of affairs opening? Because we calculate opening capital through this statement. But you can see that in our question 1st July 21 and it is written capital. So capital at opening is already given in your question, which means we do not need to make statement of affairs opening. The sole purpose of making statement of affairs opening is to calculate capital, while capital is already present in your question. Capital is already present in your question. So what does that mean? You do not need to make statement of affairs opening. In the similar way, please focus upon here. His capital on 30th June 22. This was 21 and here it is 22. So it's a closing statement. Closing capital is also present in your question. While you can see that this was your statement of affairs opening and this was your statement of affairs closing, and where it had gone. Oh, okay, let's mark the heading again because due to some reason I think that heading disappeared. So we are going to write statement of affairs closing over here. So since we have copied it, so let's change it as statement. So I was discussing closing capital is also present in your question. Look at here, closing capital is also present. So it means you do not need to make this statement of affairs closing as well. No need to make opening, no need to make closing, only profit loss statement would be made in this question. So I'm sure that you people have understood the criteria and the target of today's question. Let's begin. Hubeb keeps his books on single entry. I am requesting you to please underline this word whenever you will see in your papers. Only this word will suggest that this question is related to accounts from incomplete records. His capital on 30th June 22, as we have described that it is closing capital, pushed 76,000 in front of closing capital. After that we are said capital on 1st July 21. Since it is previous year, it is opening capital 40,000. So in front of opening capital, we are going to put 40,000. Now next is he withdrew. Withdrew means these are drawings 1200 per month. So that means you have to put 1200. This is previous questions writing. So 1200 per month. In this way, total months, as you know that we will always be having 1 year. June 22 and June 21. So there are 12 months. So simply 1200 per month and you will multiply it with get total amount of drawings. Now let's see what is next. He sold his investment 8,000 add 3% premium. Premium means additional amount he has received, some sort of profit you can consider. So 8,000 investment was sold at a profit of 3% and brought that money into the business. As you know, that any amount which is brought by the owner of the business, that amount would be considered as capital. But since opening and closing capitals are already present, this would be your fresh capital. Here you will write fresh capital, but keep it in mind there are two amounts. 8,000 original amount is present over here, and then you will add again 8,000 multiply by 3%. I hope it is said. Let it be checked again how much percentage was present over there. So this was 3%. Yes, let's write 3% over here. So simply what you will do, 8,000 and then plus 3%. Please understand, this was original amount 8,000 of investment, and then he had sold that investment at 3%. So which means this 8,000 multiplied by 3 over 100 would be his profit, and then you will add this profit in 8,000 to get total amount. Once again I am telling you what we are going to do. First of all, 8,000 was original amount of investment, but he had sold it at profit of 3%. So 8,000 multiplied by 3 divided by 100. So in this way, total fresh capital you have got is 8240. Now that's all. Your question inputs are completed. You can see that this was last line which was having any amount, and as it was earlier informed, no opening statement would be made because opening capital is already present. No closing statement would be made as closing capital is already present. So simply what you will do, first two amounts would be added and remaining everything would be subtracted. Now interestingly, interest on capital in this question is also absent, so you may mark 0. 76 plus 14 minus 40 and minus 8. Finally you will get 42160, and here you can have 42160. So guys, in this way there was only one answer. That answer is matched with the book. This way our question is completed. It is requested to please practice this question for 2-3 times, and after practicing, if you still feel anything difficult, you may inform through messages, text, or you can directly need to share your problem. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your question quickly. So that's all about today. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.